Welcome back, boys and girls, to another episode. As always, I'm Hunter.
And I'm Hunter.
And this is the H Awakening Podcast, the one and only place for all your hunting, fishing, hiking, shooting, doing whatever outdoor needs. And we're back to you with another episode after probably 2-3 weeks, I think. It's been, 2 weeks?
It's been a while.
Yeah, and then we got a few that we still need to get up and going on Spotify. We've put them on YouTube, but not on Spotify.
Yeah.
But
February 6th, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been hectic at work for both of us. Every time we try to record, either one of us just passes out from being dog tired or something comes up. But now we're here. And
Yep.
We're ready to talk about our first review, I think, actually. First.
Yep.
Yeah. Is this our first review?
Semi-review.
Yeah, semi-review.
We'll call it first shot review.
Yeah, this is our impression. Well, we've kind of done a first shot on what we're about to talk about, like a quick little.
Have we?
Yeah. Remember we did it at your dad's house.
To it, though. Well, it wasn't specific, though.
Yeah.
It was more like a quick overview because we had other stuff. But
yeah.
We'll go a little bit more into depth about it, I think, in this one.
Yeah. So, to kick us off for episode 7, we're going to be talking about the B-14 Bergara, or as Hunter calls it, the Bergara.
HMR. That's how you say it.
Bergara. The B-14 HMR model. You got a few different B-14s. It's the B-14 HMR, and then there's the B-14 what? I'm trying to think what all the different models are.
Oh, I don't even want to go through the list. There's so many of them.
Well, I'm talking about the B-14.
Action. Yeah, no, they're all B-14 actions, though.
Yeah, but they don't call them all
like the
B-14.
Ridge.
Yeah, because the B-14 is a series. There's the B-14 HMR, the B-14 Ridge, the Stoke, which is their new one, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then the December Hunter. Yeah, which real quick, without getting crazy off topic about the B-14 HMR, what's the deal with the Stoke? Is it?
Well, it's like entry-level carbon fiber, from my understanding of it.
No, the barrel's not carbon fiber.
No, the stock.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess they're kind of leaning towards the more women shooters and mountain
backpacking, mountain hunters. Yeah.
Ooh, they're doing it in 300 blackout.
Really?
Yeah. 223, 300 blackout, 350 legend, 308, 6.5 Creedmoor, 243, 22-250, 7mm 08, and 6.5 PRC.
That may be a different gun. Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up right quick because I don't.
It's that more compact looking one. It's got your typical sporter stock. Yeah, Stoke. I remember I seen they
yeah, this is like entry level guns. Yeah, sorry, I was confused with their other one that they came out with. Their I forgot what they called it. I thought it was called the Stoke, but I guess I'm wrong.
Well, they got the micro, the MG Micro Light, the Crest Carbon.
Yeah, was it the Crest that I was thinking of? It probably
the
was.
Sierra, and then the Stoke.
I have no idea.
Yeah. Anyways,
I got no idea.
But going into the rifle that we both own from Bergara is the B-14 HMR. For those of you who don't know what that looks like, I'm going to pull up a picture real quick, but you can also look online as you're watching if you're not watching on YouTube. But Hunter has the B-14 HMR in 22-250, right?
Yep.
And then I finally bit the bullet and bought my first 308, and so I did my B-14 in 308. Which I am sharing that right now. So I was looking for, me personally, when I bought the rifle, I was wanting that chassis that had the adjustable cheek riser, adjustable link to pull, and just, that look to it.
Without breaking the bank.
Yeah, without doing a full custom build, I wanted something. I was kind of looking at something decent price that I could buy straight off the shelf, pretty much how I liked it. Which the perk of it that I didn't really pay attention to before is the QD cups. I like them, but they're not locking QD cups. I may eventually pull those out and switch them out because it gets quite a bit of pain in the ass when you're, slinging it across the field.
Yep.
But no, I will say out of all the rifles I've ever owned for hunting aspect, it is considerably heavier, noticeably heavier if you're going from, say, your regular sporter stock or trying to think what the other name is. But, your typical hunting.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. Your typical 5-6 pound rifle. This is bare bones, as you can see on the screen if you're watching, 9.5 pounds. That's, just the rifle and the chassis, nothing, no scope, no attachments, unloaded. I'm assuming is when they weighed that.
Yep. Yeah, probably.
So my first impressions, I guess, out of the box, I'm out of my scope. I didn't have my suppressor quite yet, I believe. I think I got it not much longer after the rifle. But out of the box, no, I did have my suppressor. Yeah, because I bought my suppressor came in. That's right. My suppressor came in, and I was like, Hunter, I need another rifle. So I went and bought this.
Yep.
So
no
out of the box, yeah, no thanks to Cabela's not wanting to do any dealings on a considerably a lot more expensive model. But anyways, out of the box, put my scope on, bore sided it, slapped on the suppressor, threw a little bipod I had on there from one of my other rifles, took it out to the range. Within first three shots, I think I had it probably a little over half an inch MOA, hitting where I need to at 100 yards. I was like, man, this rifle's amazing. Sounded crazy, suppressed. With it being 308, I went with the 20-inch barrel. It's my first heavier barrel, too. Just everything I liked about the gun. I love the trigger from the factory, which I think it's a 3 to 5 pound adjustable, isn't it?
Something like that. I don't know. I honestly, like, when they say it's like adjustable from the factory, I don't like whatever it comes with is what I do. I don't adjust it at all.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. But anyways, I left it straight out of the box. I liked it. Didn't adjust the length of pull. I did adjust the cheek riser because I think I'm maxed out as tall as it'll go because I went with the little higher rings because as I've talked to before, the scope I went with that I put on it was the Vortex Venom, the 50 millimeter with the 34 millimeter tube, which has also been a phenomenal. We'll eventually break down into a review just on that, but a little bit about it. I love that scope, first focal plane. Probably, I can't decide if I like that scope more or the Viper that I got. HST.
Yeah, I'm kind of 50-50 on that also. Like I like the Venom for where it's at, but I don't know if it beats other scopes that I currently own.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
now I will say,
pick and choose.
That was my first impressions of the gun. I was like, damn, this is like game changing, crazy accurate. Loved it. Dropped a buck and a doe within 2 minutes. No, probably within a minute and a half of each other during deer season with it. I think the doe, the buck came out first, and he was about 220, and then the doe was about 150. Dropped both of them, no issue. Of course, it's 308, doing some damage there anyways. Just all around, I love the gun. Now, I will say over time, this is also mainly a shooter issue that I'm having with it. I'll have days where my groupings aren't as great. They'll be pretty widespread. Part of it's because with my shoulders and everything, I just not the best at controlling the recoil. With it being a heavier gun is pretty helpful, but if I take my time and I can sit there and mitigate the recoil, I can put my groupings in pretty good. But the only thing is I need to check it. I finally got a torque wrench and everything for it. I need to check it because the Bergara groups I'm a part of, a lot of complaints are, especially on the HMR models, is the action screws are very loose from factory. They're not even torqued down to spec. I need to check all mine because a lot of people are having accuracy issues right now with their HMRs out of the box. Mm-hmm. Most of the time it ends up being loose action screws on the bottom of the chassis, or they just got a bad gun, bad rifle. And then a few of them, it's just the shooter's issue. And I'm not saying I'm any top dog shooter, but I've been shooting rifles since I was 6 and never had an issue like I've had with this rifle. But then again, it could be the caliber. It could be my action screws loose. So I'm not going to totally say this gun's I don't hate the gun at all. I just takes a little learning what I've been doing so far.
Yep.
But everything I've shot at with it has dropped, which, goes into the caliber, goes into the shooter thing. I haven't had an issue with missing a shot or wounding because the shot didn't hit where I needed it to. Shoot, me and you had a synchronized shot. I don't know if we talked about it on here, but you weren't using your Bergara, you using a sequence. Yeah. And that was a cool moment.
I think we did talk about it.
Yeah, we did, because we talked about how heavy those rifles were. I remember now. That was at my house when we did that one.
Yeah.
But,
that's my probably one big complaint with the gun is because it's technically a hunting match rifle. It's definitely I would feel like more like a blind, like you sit in a blind kind of gun.
Yeah.
It's definitely not. I don't think it's a backpacking gun. That's just my opinion. But
on the website, if you're watching right now, I mean, all the pictures, they're kind of advertising as like a sit up and coyote call rifle.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not really advertising as a backpack rifle, but yeah, like Hunter said, if you're going to get this for hunting, probably wouldn't be my first choice for an elk hunt or something. I'd probably go with something like their micro
MG
series
Light or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're MG Light. So,
but then, as far as what have you thought about yours?
I love it. It's probably my favorite gun that I own, but part of it's caliber choice.
Yeah.
Because for a while I was wanting a like a coyote gun, and I was like 22-250. That's the caliber I want to go with. And there isn't many companies that make a mag-fed 22-250, so I went with Bergara because they were one of only 4 or 5 at the time that wasn't custom. So I'll go with it. I like everything about the gun. I've shot it at how far have I shot it?
I remember you told me at one point 1,600, wasn't it?
Or no, I didn't shoot 1,600. No, I think right at 1,000. It's like 1,050 or something like that. I think that was my 308, my Seekins. I shot out 1,600. But actually I shot out to 1,200 with the 6.5 Creedmoor, which will come at a later probably discussion. But that was also a Bergara. I popped my 4-digit cherry with a Bergara 6.5 Creedmoor that a friend has. But I shot out to 1,000 with it, and surprisingly, it was shooting right around the target that I was shooting at. It was probably a 2 MOA target, but I was also using the VMAX, so the tip was probably melting or something. Who knows? It's not built for that, but everything about the gun, I absolutely love it. There's nothing wrong with it, in my opinion, except there's one complaint, and I'm pretty sure it's specifically with the 22-250. So whenever you shoot and then you cycle it, you bring the bolt back. Mm-hmm. Sometimes if you're trying to go quick, it doesn't go back all the way. And whether it's dirty, I've only cleaned it probably once or twice. But
are you shooting it suppressed when it's happening?
Yeah. I'm not worried about it being like that dirty suppressed because it's all in the bolt. So it's not one of those kind of issues.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't catch the next round probably 5 to 10% of the time. But it's also just a learning curve. Like, you have to remember to pull the bolt all the way back to the rear.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just one of those things.
Yeah, I think 22-250 is what I if I didn't already have two of them, 22-250 had probably been what I'd gotten mine in.
Yeah, it's an awesome shooting gun. I've never, I do run it suppressed about 85-90% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
So never had issues with that.
I haven't shot mine.
Oh yeah, I haven't shot guns in a long time.
Yeah,
it's been a while.
I think last time I shot a rifle was when I went coyote hunting about a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think one thing that I do like about the gun, like, highly encourage more companies to do it, is threading from the factory.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't have to get it sent off and get threaded and all that kind of stuff. It's ready to go for muzzle brake, suppressor, whatever you want. So,
which luckily a lot of companies are starting to jump on that, on the having it threaded from the factory.
Yeah.
You still have quite a bit of models that won't do it, but majority of them, I'd say, are threaded from the factory. The only ones I don't see that are like threaded from the factory, if it's a model with the pencil barrel for the most part.
Yeah, which it's hard to do that with a pencil barrel. It's hard to get a
and
thread pattern on it. So
there's not enough material. You usually have to go half by 28. Or half by 28.
Yep.
Yeah,
half by 28 or 5/8 by 24. I think it's 5/8 by 24.
Well, I know half by 28 is typically on the smaller barrels.
5.56.
Yeah, well, like because my 22-250.
There's a couple exceptions.
The 22-250 I have is more of a penciled barrel, and I've been talking to a few guys about getting it threaded, and they said may have to cut the barrel back a little bit, and then depending on how much room they got, depends on what thread they could do.
Yeah.
Oh no. It does help though. I don't even know where my thread protector is anymore.
I don't even care. I threw a muzzle brake on it and called it good. So
yeah, I've got
for the cherry bomb,
the QD adapter for the resonator on there. Yeah. Now I would say for this rifle, the weight, everything, when you add a suppressor on there, your scope, all that, it definitely gets a lot. I think we weighed mine, and it was right at like 12 something, wasn't it? Or 13?
I don't remember. Probably somewhere right around there.
Yeah, and with the 308 in this for hunting as well, as at least I got 20-inch barrel. Overall length of the rifle is 40 inches without a suppressor or anything on there. But I think with my suppressor, I'm running about 46, 47 in overall length. So, I mean, good thing about the 308 and that shorter barrel, it's not crazy long of a rifle carrying around for hunting. Yeah. The 22-250s,
I think it's a 22-inch barrel.
Yeah, I was thinking it was 22 or 24.
I'm pretty sure it's 22. I'm almost positive it is. I may be wrong.
24. The 22 is a six screed. Yeah, 24. So you're getting overall like
7-inch suppressor. It's a very long gun.
Yeah, definitely something.
But it is a tack driver.
Yeah,
that gun is very fun to shoot. Little to no recoil. If you're used to shooting like 308, 6 Creedmoor, stuff like that, it's nothing. So
now, I don't know if I talked to you about this, but my dad was looking at getting the B-14 and 22-50. But what he was reading online and heard from some people at the gun store is a lot of people are having issues with the 22-50 Bergaras, saying the only way they're getting theirs accurate is hand loads.
I haven't had any issues.
And see, that's what I thought. But that's how every caliber is, because the 308, the guys on the forums are saying the only way to get the accuracy you want is hand loads.
Well, and it also depends what ammo you're using too, because
Yeah.
it is a little bit faster twist than 22-250 normally is. I think it's like a 1 in 9, something like that, versus like some older 22-250s. Like I bet like your Howa.
Yeah, 1 in 9.
I don't think your Howa is a 1 in 9. I bet it's like a 1 in 12 or something like that. So it shoots the lighter bullets. Or your Weatherby. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
You have a compromised password there, buddy.
Huh? It didn't show it, did it? No, wait. Compromised password. On that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says that all the time.
It's probably not the same anymore. Like they probably updated it, but old, like I think because like faster twist barrels because they're trying to get heavier bullets pushing through guns.
Mm-hmm.
That's what those are for. Because like that's kind of the new thing. Like when 22-250 was made, it was how fast can this little bullet go, and that's what 22-250 kind of came from. So.
Yeah, see, and the thing with the Weatherbys now, I can barely ever find a freaking 22-250 one. I can't remember what models. Here's this one.
And then, Hornady did come out with the 22 Arc, which might take over the 22-250 in the future. I don't think it will.
1 in 14 twist is what they are now.
Yeah. So, like, that's for, like, the super lightweight, like, 30 or 45 grain-ish bullets with up to probably about 50.
Mm-hmm.
And it can probably support 55, but I know it's not recommended a lot of the times. I think you shoot 55, don't you?
55 grain Remington core locks.
Yep.
Which is actually what I shoot, not the grainage, but I shoot the best luck I've had so far with the Remington 308, or not Remington, the Bergara is the Remington core locks on that one as well.
Which is surprising.
Which, from what I've heard, so that's the thing too, and that's why you got to take everything everyone says grain of salt. Take what we say about these rifles with grain of salt. I had a few guys here in Waco tell me that the Bergaras, every Bergara they had doesn't care what ammo it is, it shoots it great. That hasn't been the case for me because I've tried out a couple different brands and it doesn't like some of them.
Which I have guns that will shoot anything pretty well, like not great, but 2 inches to about 1.5 inches, somewhere in there, which is in my book for the most part good enough for me, unless I'm going for ultimate precision. But most of the time, I'm just shooting to have fun. I do like shooting small groups, but I like to have fun and not stress out about it.
Well, the biggest thing, too, to remember is not every gun's created equal.
Yeah, that's true. And especially barrels and stuff, like that's where everything comes into play.
Yeah. You may get a rifle that out of the box shoots great. Everything's to spec. It's tight down, everything. And then you may get another one that you can't hit the broadside of a barn with. And it's just a manufacturing error.
Yeah.
But no, I would say out of all my rifles, I'd probably put the Bergara at my third favorite. Third favorite one to shoot. But that mainly because of the caliber.
Yeah. I think if you would have got it 6.5, which you already have a 6.5, I think you would enjoy it more.
Oh, yeah. If I had gotten a 22-50, I definitely probably would have enjoyed it more. Because the top two favorite rifles above that, they're both 22-50 Weatherbys. Yep. Those are not.
Yeah, it's probably my number 2 spot right now.
Behind your Seekins?
Yeah, behind the Seekins.
So you have, in the bolt gun, you have a Seekins, the Bergara.
I have a Remington.
Is it a 700?
Yeah, I have a Remington 700. And then I actually have another Bergara, too. I got a 22 Bergara.
When'd you get that?
I've had it for a couple years.
Have I seen it?
Maybe. I don't know if you've seen it.
What color is it? Is it the same color as mine?
Black with a carbon barrel.
Oh no, I haven't seen that one.
I'll have to show it to you next time I'm in town.
Going into that too, there's a guy on one of the forums. He's got the B-14 HMR and a 22.
Mm-hmm.
He's over in Europe, which I don't know if it has something to do with the regulations in a lot of the European areas, but most of the guys I see on there have it in 22. And this dude is a precision 22 hunter.
Yeah.
And he's always posting rabbit hunts. And he like stalks these rabbits. He'll like talk about the hunt, and he's like, "Yeah, I've been watching this one for 2 weeks now," which
it's kind of weird.
Yeah, he'll post videos, dude. This dude's pulling like probably 150-yard shots with 22 on a rabbit.
That's pretty impressive. Well, the HMR in 22, that gun, in my opinion, weighs more than the other guns.
I almost threw up watching you do that because it looked like you like it looked like you're choking or something for a second.
No, but yeah, the Bergara 22 HMR, that's a cool gun, but I could never pull myself together to spend $1,100 on a 22.
Wait, what is yours? Is yours just the?
No, it's like the BMR. I think it's what the model is.
Oh, so it's not the adjustable cheek riser and all that.
No, but you can get different stocks for it. A lot of I'm thinking about it for a couple of years about changing the stock because it's very, very thin on the top and it's kind of uncomfortable. But I'm also thinking about just keeping it the way it is, throwing not a cheaper scope, but like a less expensive scope and making it like a rabbit gun or something, and then getting one of the CZ22s because those things are awesome.
So that brings something to attention. I think I've talked to you about this gun. If I had the money to blow on a 22 and I wanted something, more of a, I guess, just to have it and say I have one, is Micah Mayfield had a video on it. Waiting for this.
Is it the Not Your Grandpa's 22 video?
Yes.
Oh, I don't remember what it was. Was it a Voodoo?
It's a custom. It's a company that makes custom 22s.
I thought it was a Ruger, like a Ruger, not knockoff, but like.
So it's this one right here. It's a semi-automatic.
Yeah,
heavy barrel.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
That's a badass little. If you have time, go watch that. It's Not Your Grandpa's Micah Mayfield for all you listening. It's a pretty nice little 22. I can't remember who makes it though. Let's see. Gray Birch. That's who makes it. Which all they make is 22s. That's it, as far as I know. Yeah. See, they sell just their chassis too. I think for Remington Actions, I can't remember, but they make this. This is a 22 I want to add to my list.
Oh, they're not that expensive. No, they're a little pricey. The full guns are a little pricey.
Yeah, full gun. The Fusion. This is just the barreled action, and then they have the Hunter edition. The Hunter edition is just a Magpul stock.
Huh.
Still pretty pricey, but that's what I was saying. If I had the money to blow on a 22,
yep, I agree.
I don't know if I'd go with the twisted steel barrel or the carbon.
I do the carbon just because it's kind of cool,
and it'd be one hell of a light gun too. Now, I wonder how long this barrel is.
16.
Yeah, 16.1. I wonder what's the overall length. 33.77. So it's not crazy long.
Mm-mm.
And then it has a foldable stock like the Seekins.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it'd be kind of
like a backpack gun. Yeah,
yeah. My theory behind having one is you fold it up, put it in your backpack, have your little 22 suppressor in there, and then say you're hunting and or you're sitting in your stand or whatever, and a coyote comes out, you're deer hunting, and a coyote comes out, and you just want to kind of get rid of them very quietly. You just pull this bad boy out, throw the suppressor on, and pop them.
That'd be a good idea.
Kind of a niche bougie thing, but
yeah.
Dude, you'd be
really
surprised
cool.
how many people hunt with coyote hunt with 22s.
I heard 17 HMR is another one too.
Yeah. A guy that I used to compete with, he's always posting knocking down coyotes with 22s. And he's not even pulling headshots. He's pulling like vital hearts, right behind the shoulder type shots. Not sure what ammo he's using or anything or what loads, but which goes again, not about the ammo necessarily or caliber. It's
shot placement.
Yeah.
But what else do you have to say about the B-14?
Which it comes with going with the B-14 series, and this is totally me being a negative Nelly picky type thing. I'm not the biggest fan of the color. It outgrew me pretty quick. Like I've gotten tired already of it, but I thought about painting it or having it done. A lot of guys on the page that I follow, a lot of guys just rattle can theirs like we do ARs.
Yeah.
Because I really don't want to buy a whole nother chassis. It kind of defeats the point of buying, that B-14 for what I got it for.
Yeah.
Because if I was going to do that, I could have just bought the cheaper version, the whatever the other B-14 is, the basic one.
Yeah.
And then bought
Which, it just comes to like they do have different models at different stores and stuff, which they don't really advertise.
Yeah, because yours is the gray with the black spec.
Yeah, which I'm pretty sure it's a Shields exclusive, like that color. And I don't remember. I think they make another coloration too. I may be incorrect in that, but I think they make a different color too.
Well, see, sometimes on the Bergara store, the parts store, they'll have stocks on there for sale sometime. Like right now they got select stocks on there, and sometimes you can buy that. Yeah, like that stock you have right now, they have it on there for $3.99 in that color, but it's sold out.
Yeah,
that's my only complaint about Bergara is their parts store where they sell all different components for their rifles. I've never seen anything in stock half the time. There's a few things that are always in stock, but like chassis and other parts like the accessory rail, the Picatinny rail that mounts to your sling stud and all that, it's always out of stock.
Yeah, that's true. I've just been so busy. I haven't really even been close to like keeping up with gun stuff.
That's how I've been. I've been, especially with getting rid of my truck, I've been focusing on that stuff more.
Yeah, and then working in a state where I don't have the freedom like I used to. It's saving me a lot of money. Don't get me wrong; it's pretty awesome. But at the same time, it's like whenever I go home, it's like all I can think about is gonna go pull the trigger on a target or something. So,
are all your guns so you can't have anything, right? No handgun, no nothing. So, are your guns with your wife or your parents?
My parents.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, because we're about to move here in a couple months, so
I'm looking forward to
it if everything goes right.
Well, I say I'm looking forward to it. Like it means you're going to be home any more often, but
yeah. Which I will be. I will be home more often. Which may not move to the area that I think I'll talk to you about this after the podcast. But it may not move to the area that I'm thinking, but we'll be close enough. If that makes sense.
When you come back home?
Yeah.
Dang. It's sad.
I'll talk to you about it after.
Yeah.
But
yeah, no, I mean, that's really all I got on how I feel about the rifle.
Just be careful on the build quality. If some of the forms are right and like their action screws are coming loose and stuff. That is an issue.
And a lot of guys are saying too, they're having a lot of overspray buildup in the bedding and everything. So some of them have had to go in there, and which I don't see that being a big, because I've seen the pictures of their quote unquote buildup of overspray, and I don't personally think it's enough to cause any issues.
Yeah, but it's also a chassis, so it's not really glass beaded or what's it called, glass bedded.
Mm-hmm.
It's just plastic. That's kind of, or I think they did have aluminum inserts in there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know exactly what to. I don't plan on taking that gun apart. So,
do you have the stock trigger in yours?
Mm-hmm.
That's what no, it's the Seekins you don't have. Well, it is stock trigger. They use a different.
Yeah, I think they use Trigger Tech or Timney. I don't remember which one it is. I think
a lot of guys are going to Trigger Tech for the Bergaras.
Yeah, I don't have an issue with my trigger. Like
neither do I.
It has no take up. It's light enough to where I'm not scared that I'm gonna, the wind's gonna blow it's gonna go off. Like I like keeping my trigger just around 2.5 on my bolt guns, and that's right. To me, that's right around where it sits.
Which I will say that is one more complaint I have. This is also a personal preference thing. Is I wish it was a flat face trigger from factory.
Yeah, it could be more curved though, if you think about it. Because I've seen a lot of what's called bolt guns out there that have a really, really curved trigger.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
it's just personal preference. As long as it feels good and it shoots good, I don't really care. But I don't really have any complaints about the trigger. So
yeah, that's all I really got to say about the rifle. I think the review thing's pretty good too, with us having limited time and schedule being messed up.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to see some more reviews more frequently, because it gives us, a quick, easy podcast when we're busy.
Yep. Yeah.
Hopefully we'll start getting with
yeah.
Which I'll talk to you more off the podcast, just because the listeners don't want to hear it, but we'll hopefully be having a studio set up at my house pretty soon, now that I got all the other stuff done.
Yep. And then I just had it on my mind. I forgot what I was going to say. Something about like the reviews and stuff. So our kind of we kind of talked about like right before this podcast. So we're going to talk about the gun in like a podcast form, whether you want to consider it a podcast or not, and then have like a video of us like actually going out and shooting them.
Mm-hmm.
It's just finding the time in our schedules to actually do that
and having you home.
Yeah. Yep. That'll definitely help out a lot. So.
Yeah, no. Looking forward to Daddy being home.
Yeah, I bet you are.
But yeah. Alrighty. Well, as far as that goes, that concludes the Bergara talk. As always, stay safe.
Stay active.
And enjoy the outdoors.